So hello guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to install and configure MRTG in Windows operating system. So MRTG stands for Multi-Router Traffic Grapher. It is a tool to monitor the traffic load on network links. MRTG generates HTML pages containing PNG which later on provide a live visual representation of this network traffic. So MRTG, for information, is written in Perl. MRTG also uses a highly portable SNMP implementation written entirely in Perl language. So this video will cover 4 parts, which first of all will download MRTG and also Perl because MRTG is written in Perl language obviously. And the second part will cover that how to uh, set up the SNMP in Windows operating system, and the third part will be configuring MRTG, the basic configuration, and the last part will cover how to run MRTG from time to time automatically. In this first part, I'm going to show you how to download the MRTG along with the Perl language. So the link to download those files will be provided in the comment section below. So I'm going to start with MRTG. So when you click the MRTG link, what will be shown is something like this, the welcome page of MRTG. So I want to go ahead to the download section and go to the stable release here, click it, and it will be show all version of MRTG. Obviously, we want to download the latest version, which is MRTG 2.17.7. So just click this and it will be download. Just press save, and it has been finished download. Open your file manager, and it will be shown here, your latest download. So what I want is I want to move this to the COSC here down here. It just make me easier to later on working it in command prompt. So I just need to cut this and move it to OSC. I just need to paste it somewhere here. Continue. It will be moved here. Yeah, you can see the zip file, and along with extracting it, just click OK. Just wait for a few seconds, and here's your MRTG file. Yep, that's all about the MRTG. It's pretty simple download, right? So I will go ahead to the active Perl. When you go ahead to the link that I provide below for active Perl, you just need to choose whenever OS you're on, Linux, Mac, Windows, whenever. But in my case, I'm using Windows operating system, so I will download the latest, which is 5.28 active Perl. So just click that and it will be automatically downloaded. Just press save again, and you can save whenever directory you like, but I prefer the downloads. So again, go to the downloads section and it will show here. Just double click to install. Just wait for it to configure first, and just click next. Just next again, and accept to the terms, also next. And I will leave it as a default. It's just basically based on your preference. You want to save it where, C, look, D, or F, whatever you like. Click next, and I click install. Once something pop up here, just click yes again to make it install. So that's all for the first part. Just wait for the active Perl to finish install, then continue to the next part. So in this second part, I'm going to show you how to set up the SNMP in the Windows operating system. It's actually downloaded by default from Windows, but it has not been installed yet. So as I mentioned in the previous part, wait for the active Perl to finish the install like this and just click finish. Then I want to head to the optional feature, and you can, I'm sorry for the typo, optional feature, and you just click manage optional features, and these are the features that has been automatically installed by Windows at the first place. So you can't see any SNMP right here, right? So I need you to add a feature here and search for SNMP, or we can call as Simple Network Management Protocol. Here we are, and you can just install it and go back to the main install feature and wait for it to be installed. So a quick explanation about how MRTG works is like MRTG uses the SNMP that we are installing right now to send a request with 2 object identifiers. So to a device, which is my device obviously. So the device which must be SNMP enabled, which is we are enabling right now, will have a information base, or we call as MIB, to look up this OIDs specified previously. So after collecting the information, it will send back the raw data encapsulated in an SNMP protocol. Then MRTG records this data transferred in a log on the client along with the previous recorded data for this device. Then the software creates an HTML document that I mentioned earlier in this video from the logs and containing the list of graphs detailing the traffic for the selected device, which is my device. So just wait for the SNMP to be installed, and after SNMP has been installed like this, you can see in the added features, we can see SNMP is finally installed in our device. So about setting up SNMP is here. So we're going to continue in the where to set up the SNMP. So first of all, we're going to go to the control panel. And the control panel, go to the system and security and look for administrative tools right here. Just click it, it will open here, and go to the services application here shortcut. Just double click it and it will pop up a menu. Just wait a second. Yeah, here, this is the menu of services. I'm sorry, menu of the services. I can close this one first and just look for the SNMP. Down to the SNMP, and here we are near SNMP service. You say it's running because we have installed previously. So what I want you to do is double click it and use general, log on, recovery, agent, traps. Go to the traps tab here and specify the community name as public. Just a name, community name as public. It's just basically default used by certain general people. At the list and the trap destination, we can add a new name, 127.0.0.1, and we can add and it will be added here. And what I want you to notice here, why did I use 127.0.0.1 instead of other IP addresses? It's because this IP is the loopback internet protocol address, also referred to as the local host. So this address is used to establish an IP connection to the same machine or computer being used by the end user, which is me, which is my device. That's why I use 127.0.0.1 instead of any other IP addresses. So moving on to the security here, we can add here computerized read only and community name also, same with the previous public. Just follow it through. And you can see it automatically has a local host here. So at my first experience, it will show like something like this: accept SNMP packets from any host. But if you press this here and you didn't find any local host that I previously had, you just need to add here and type localhost. It will be automatically directed to your device, local device. You can add and press apply and OK. So that's all to set up the SNMP service. On to the next part. In this third part of the video, I'm going to show you how to make a basic configuration of MRTG. So what I want you to do first is create a new folder where the output of MRTG will be. You can put anywhere you want as long as you remember the directory and the file name. So I'm going to name the folder name, output underscore MRTG, just to make me easier. So okay, we can check the new folder is still empty, right? So what I want you to do now is to head to the command prompt and go to the directory where the MRTG is located. For me, it's in Z, in here, right? C and here. So just click onto the MRTG folder, click again, and go to the bin folder. So I want you to copy the path from C to MRTG. So I just copy the MRTG until bin because C has been specified here, right? So just type cd space and paste the path to the bin folder inside MRTG. So you can see that the path has been established, right? So what I want you to do is just follow what I'm typing, and I'll explain later on what I'm typing. So just type perl and type cfgmaker and then public at localhost and -- global and type work dir is it's like basically specifying the working directory of the output folder. It's in C that I have created earlier, output underscore MRTG, which is the file name that I create. And then type output and server.cfg. Enter. And okay, if something like this shown up, it means the configuration has been succeeded. So let me break down as I promised earlier. So Perl here is just basically the language using Perl, right? So and then CFG maker is basically a MRTG configuration file that based on configuration pulled from a device with SNMP protocol, which means my device. That's why here is public at localhost, as we have specified earlier. The community name public and the localhost is my device. So the global here just basically defining where to put all the data of the MRTG, like the HTML and the files and the pictures of the graph, and output server.cfg, basically a function to show to keep where to keep the data. It's server.cfg. And next I'm gonna show you the output folder. It's still empty, supposed to be. Yep, and we go to the output underscore MRTG. It's still empty, right? So to take all the data from my device, I will type perl mrtg and server.cfg, and what it shows is something like this. You can see the file is previously empty, now is filled. There is several types of HTML files here. Just search for one that suits your IP, your device IP. So let me open localhost 4 and check. Okay, the system says it's desktop here, which is my desktop name, and this is the IP def that my laptop has, 172.2.10.2. So it's basically just 0 here because I didn't do anything with my internet. But later on, I will show you what will happen after I download and use my internet. So stay tuned. As I mentioned before, I have used my internet for some surfing, for some YouTube video or some downloads. Now I will show you that this 0 here in 5-minute average will increase greater than it. Then I forget to mention that this is just only the specification, which is the desktop name, the description of the connection, adapter, and the max speed of my internet is 18.1 megabytes per second, and the IP is 172.20.10.2. This is my IP address for my local device. So I just need to rerun again what I typed earlier here, perl mrtg server.cfg. So just run it again, and it will load new data from the MRTG that taken from my local device. So when I reopen my file here, you can see the number increases, right? From 0000 to 500 here. As you can see, the time is also different. For 1 hour and 46 minutes to 1 hour and 49 minutes, you can see in approximately 4 minutes I can get this data in and out here. You can see the number increased max 3%, 3%, before it's only 0%. So yeah, that is basically the manual way. There's actually an automatic way, so you don't need to just retype the perl and so on.cfg for several times. You can run it as automatically. For more in the next part. In this last part of the video, I'm going to show you how to run automatically MRTG from time to time. So pay attention what I'm going to do. So just open the file here, open the OSC, go to the MRTG file, go to the MRTG again, go to the bin file and open server.cfg. You can open wherever you want, notepad, text editor, whatever, as long as you can edit this file, and just add run as daemon. And yes, so yeah, just add that and control save, close it, and you can check it again. It appears here what have you added. It has been saved to the file. So what I'm gonna show you is, what if I run the file again to retrieve it, what will be shown? As you can see, it's something different here. It says demonizing MRTG. Since we are run as daemon yes previously, so it means that the MRTG run from time to time. So it says do not close this window or MRTG will die. This means that whenever you close this comment prompt, the connection will die and the MRTG will not take any data. So here when you get this error, it's just a normal error. Don't take any concern about it. If you have this kind of what do we call it, uh, comment section appear, it means your automatically run MRTG has been successfully. So we just need to wait for like 5 minutes, 30 minutes, or even 2 hours to show the graph differences. So I will leave it for several hours and I will be back later on to show you. So hello, welcome back. After I left my laptop for 12 hours, I do some downloads game, like here in the Steam, I do some downloads in this game, and as you can see the graph will look different than before. So let me go ahead to the output underscore MRTG folder and I open the output file. As you can see, the graph is now filled with something like this. In the previous, you can roll back to the video, it's just a blank, nothing, because I haven't too much download. And in this, after I left it for 17 hours here, you can see this is the 5-minute average of my usage. It is the max, the average, and the current that I used, and this is the 30-minute average here, you can see, and also the 2-hour average, or they call it the monthly graph. So that's all about how to show the graph, how to populate the graph with something that is not blank. You can do it like you can leave your PC or your device or your laptop, you leave it for like a week or something like that, and you can see the traffic download in there. Actually, there's something here that this is not a blank, because in this meantime I just did something, some what do we call it, YouTube surfing, internet surfing. Is just quite small data to take, because in this part the green one, this is the max, because I download the game that I mentioned earlier, right, in this Steam. So yep, that's all about the graph. If you want to see something more than this, you can leave your PC or device whenever you want. And remember, do not shut down the comment prompt. Okay, if you want to leave it for like a week, a month, remember this must not be closed, or else it says do not close this window or MRTG will die. It won't take any data from your network traffic. So that's all from me. Thank you.